I'm Heather.
I'm Nate, and this is Lacey.
We're going to Scottsdale, Arizona. We rented a cute little house from VRBO.
It was a really nice single-story home with a great patio and a pool.
And had a great yard for Lacey to run around. We decided to go check out the neighborhood.
They had some great desert-scaped yards. The house was just a few blocks down from Chaparral Park.
It had a giant lake with a paved bike path all around it.
It had baseball fields and soccer fields for all the kids.
Oh, and the Xeriscape garden. We'll show you that later.
But most importantly, don't forget it had a big dog park.
Lacey can't wait to show you that. It had something for everyone.
There were a bunch of white geese, and Lacey didn't want to mess with them, but this other dog sure did.
Did you see that, Lacey? After exploring the park on foot a bit, we decided it was perfect to go for a rollerblade.
We made a video about that. Check it out next.
And then we wanted to go exploring the old town Scottsdale.
All right, Finn, start counting cowboys and tell us how many you see.
Yes, another great parking spot thanks to PPP.
The power of positive parking. Thank you, Grandma.
Okay, Lacey, check out the map and tell us where we're going. And she's off. This girl loves her shopping.
I guess it's only fair. She's kept this coat for a long time.
Oh yeah, this was the best sales dog ever. He greeted Lacey so nice and then said, come check the store out.
And he showed her everything they had.
And when Lacey wanted to know if there were any other colors, he told her to check out the back. And then he said, thanks for stopping by.
That was some doggone good customer service.
They had all kinds of shops. They had clothing shops, gift shops, art shops.
You could shop for hours.
You really could.
The downtown had some really impressive fountains.
And Lacey always is looking for a good photo op.
It looks like this fountain's normally running too, but it was under construction today, so it was a dry fountain.
Can you spot the Lacey?
She's moving fast now. She must have sniffed something out.
I think so. We forgot one more, her favorite kind of shop, the dog shop.
Just the shop Lacey's been looking for.
Oh, Lacey, look at these pretty cookies.
You know she likes to sniff out her own treats.
They even had free samples.
That helped her decide, and she said, bag it up.
Old Town was covered in art. We loved just walking around and looking at all of it.
I don't know, something about this art just bugged me a little bit. All of the art just really burrowed its way into your heart. This one had me buffaloed.
And this is the jackknife sculpture. It's modeled after Scottsdale's city seal, which is a guy riding around on a horse.
Old Town had a real cool Western vibe mixed with a modern face here and there.
You needed to move around to see the art.
Lacey was about done moving around to look at art. She was ready for some lunch.
Oh, and they have lots of different benches to rest your paws on.
You could even learn something, like that Scottsdale's original name was Orangedale.
I didn't know that.
That's because you never sit down. I'm pretty sure I got in trouble when my room looked like this as a kid.
We had a lot of fun exploring and looking at all the art around town.
The westmost western town, them fighting words in the west.
I guess she got her second win for shopping.
The giant cowboy boot must have inspired her.
Oh, fun. This is a neat store.
Lacey says the wings are supposed to flap.
Oh, I bet Winnie would like that. So Old Town Scottsdale has been around since 1888. A man named Winfield Scott purchased 640 acres for $3.50 an acre. And now it's considered the finest urban center in Arizona. They say it's home to more than 90 restaurants, 320 retail shops, and 80 art galleries.
I wonder how much land they'll sell me for $3.50 today.
This is the Bob Parks Hope Fountain. These horses were modeled after Arabian horses.
I can't tell if the horses are dancing or if it's just the water.
What do you think, Lacey? You ready to ride an Arabian horse? And apparently they're very serious about their cowboys here. You can actually go to college in Scottsdale and earn a degree in being a cowboy. It's called the Arizona Cowboy College. It's real. You can go there and get your spurs and chaps on. Lacey wants to get one of these to ride around in style.
And everybody has to pet Lacey.
The colorful art was sprinkled all around town.
And every once in a while, you felt like you just came in from the prairie to shop in an old west town. I don't think that wheel would do very well on a wagon trail. It seemed like every blank space was painted over with a beautiful mural.
We started making our way over to the canal to enjoy some water views.
And give Lacey another photo op.
Oh, this was fun. Even the waste recycle bins were art.
They reminded you of what you were protecting by recycling.
As we got to the canal, we started to see they had things set up for an event. Turns out we were there while the canal convergence celebration was going on. They were celebrating 10 years of water, art, and light at the Scottsdale waterfront.
It looked like they were setting up for some big stuff, so Lacey made us promise to bring her back in the evening.
As we walked around, we got excited to come back for the event at night.
Lacey hopes this bug won't squish her.
As we wandered the waterfront, we could see that there was a lot of education here about water conservancy.
They're serious about their canals around here. They even brought in imported fish from Arkansas to help keep the canals clean. So Lacey, you want to go swim with those fishes in that canal?
And this is a Solari bridge done by architect Paolo Solari. And Scottsdale isn't going to do any old pedestrian bridge. This piece of art bridge is also intended to mark solar events produced by the sun's shadow.
At solar noon, which is totally different from the noon you see on your phone clock, a beam of light shines straight down the bridge.
These are also for the event. It gets really cool tonight.
Lacey was already scouting out the best place to stand to watch the show.
This has got to be the first time I've ever admired garbage cans. And these guys represent the Pony Express riders. It was gorgeous down here, but we had to go. Lacey was getting hungry and starting to ask restaurants for food.
And she always orders the most expensive thing on the menu.
After spending all that time walking around the canal, we decided we wanted to try rollerblading on it.
We made a video about that. You can check it out next.
Oh, when the sun set that night, it was the most beautiful sunset. After the sunset, Lacey let us know she was ready to go party. We headed back down to Old Scottsdale to watch the canal convergence celebration.
We made a video about that too. You definitely have to check that out.
Lacey says the night's not over. Let's go check out the park one more time.
It was a nice way to wind down after watching a cool show downtown.
Looks like we wore Lacey out. She was ready to go bright and early in the morning. We headed back to Chaparral Park, but instead of going to the lake, we went the other way.
This park was so big.
Oh, look, they have a xeriscape garden.
And instructions on how to make your own garden that saves water.
It was really neat. We walked around learning how you can make beautiful gardens with very little water.
Shade trees and native plants are key if we want to keep our water flowing.
We learned about groundwater and how it's recycled, and that we essentially have the same amount of water we had as when dinosaurs roamed the earth. And we learned how important a strong root system is to a tree.
Make sure you plant them right.
Then we learned about all the different kinds of ornamental grasses you can use.
Many of them are drought resistant, and you don't need a whole lawn to add some greenery.
And this told us about the importance of capturing the rainwater and recycling it in your landscape.
Plus, the cheapest water is rainwater.
All around the garden, they had all these helpful tips on how you could have an awesome xeriscape garden.
Check it out before you do your next gardening project.
We just meandered through the xeriscape garden. It just kept going and going.
Lacey felt like she had sniffed it out pretty good. She was ready to head on down and look for the dog park.
Okay, Lacey, it looks like we finally found the dog park.
There's a section for active dogs and one for passive dogs. Which one do you want to go to?
Oh, and then we met Marley, and I just fell in love with this dog.
Yeah, she was a huge sweetheart, and she loved Heather.
After Marley left, there weren't any other dogs left at the park, so we decided to head back.
Lacey made sure to get a few last sniffs on the way out.
On our way home, we saw this guy getting his breakfast. Thanks for going with us to Scottsdale.